Let's see the ingredients list. Now for this we need 3/4 cup of ragi flour and the remaining maybe a 2 tablespoon of corn flour. Now fill it to 3/4, then add corn flour to the top of it. Now 2 tablespoons of corn flour, that will do. Half a cup of almond flour. Now take almonds, add them to hot water, and after half an hour you will be able to remove the skin. Dry it completely with a cloth and then pulse it in the mixer. Don't grind it, pulse it in the mixer. You will get almond flour. It is also available ready-made. Now I have around 2 tablespoons of milk powder, a pinch of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder if you're using this combo, or I normally prefer Eno. Add around 1/2 teaspoon of Eno. So if you're going to add Eno, you're going to do it at the end. That will be the last step to the batter. If you're going to add it beforehand, baking soda and baking powder can be added. Now vanilla essence and chocolate essence. We need around 1/3 cup of melted compound chocolate. Now if you don't have this, you can add 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I find this melted chocolate giving a nice dark color and a taste to the cake, so I prefer adding melted chocolate. 1/4 cup of brown sugar or jaggery or palm sugar, whatever you want. You can take coconut sugar, any sweetener of your choice, and if you want increase sweetness you can add, or if you want to decrease you can decrease. That is your discretion. Come, let's see the dry ingredients together. Now add the ragi flour and corn flour. Almond flour 1/2 cup, milk powder 2 tablespoons, a pinch of salt to enhance the flavor of the sweet. Now let's sieve it together. Now in case you're adding baking powder and baking soda, you have to add it now. Or if you are adding cocoa powder instead of cooking chocolate, you need to add now. Now I've sifted the flour, set it aside. In a mixing bowl, I have taken 1/2 cup of butter at room temperature. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil to this. Now I've added 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Now coconut oil gives a nice fluffiness and aroma to this cake. If you want, you can substitute the whole butter with the coconut oil. So if you're going to take only coconut oil, take around 1/2 cup of coconut oil and then you can do the same. Now to this butter and coconut oil mix, I'm adding brown sugar 1/3 cup. Now this is according to your taste. In case you want more, you can always add more, or if you want to reduce, you can reduce it. Now beat it well until the sugar dissolves. You can even grate jaggery and add to this. It will taste good. You can add palm sugar or palm candy powder too can be added. It gives a nice flavor. Now beat it well till it is well dissolved. Now to this, add 2 tablespoons of soy milk. In eggless cakes, we don't have an emulsifier to mix the fat with the protein and the other stuff. So this soy milk will help us to emulsify the fat and mix it well. You can use any commercial variety soya milk. It's better to use unflavored milk, but since we are going to add chocolate in it, if you get chocolate soya milk, you can add that too. Now beat it again. The soy milk is optional. If you don't want to add, you can leave it. You can add normal milk and do the same. Now to this, I'm going to add the melted chocolate here. The cooking chocolate gives a nice brown color to this recipe. So in case you don't want, you can even add 2 to 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. It will not change the taste or anything. Scrape the sides well. Now let's add the dry ingredients to this. I'm adding 1/4 teaspoon of chocolate essence, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix well. Now to this, let's add the dry flour mix that we sieved and kept little by little. Let's add it in 3 batches. Now add the next 1/3 portion. You can use the cut and fold method to add both. Now add the last of the flour. Now we have added all the flour. Now this batter is a bit thick than the cake batter, so we are going to add milk and make it to cake batter consistency. Now I have taken 1/2 cup of milk here. I am going to add little by little. Now do this mixing in the low speed. And add a little more milk. So I have added around half a cup of milk now. Now this is the consistency of cake batter we are looking for. Nice flowy consistency. Falls into nice ribbon shape. Let's preheat the oven to 180 degrees centigrade. Now take a cake pan, grease it with butter or coconut oil. Now I've greased the whole cake pan. I'm adding a little corn flour. I'm going to dust it. This will help to unmold the cake. Now I've greased and dusted the cake pan. Now if you're adding Eno, this should be the last step. I have preheated the oven. Mine gets preheated in around 6 minutes at 180 degrees centigrade. So it's almost 5 minutes now. So this is the last minute. So I'm adding half a teaspoon of Eno. Now mix well. As soon as you add Eno, it will start effervescence. It will start bubbling. The cake batter will turn frothy. You can see that the cake has become nice frothy. Batter has become frothy. Now I'm going to pour it into the greased tin. You can see that it is flowing in a ribbon consistency. This is the right consistency. Now give it a quick tap. My oven is preheated and it is ready. I'm going to set it for 20 minutes. It is almost 16 minutes and 5 seconds. I can smell a nice cake smell, so I'm going to open and see. The toothpick has come out clean, so the cake is ready. Now oven temperatures vary, so please vary the temperature according to your, adjust the temperature according to your microwave or convection oven or your normal oven. Now let this cake cool a bit. Now I have another batch of cake with the same measurements done. I'm going to bake this too. Insert a toothpick, comes out clean, so it is done. Allow it to cool for some time. Here I have destoned some cherries, cut them into small pieces. Now I'm going to grind them in a mixer grinder. Now along with the cherries, I have added some processed candied cherries too. I'm going to grind it into a coarse mix. Now I've coarsely ground this. We're going to make a syrup out of this. I've added 2 tablespoons of sugar. To this I'm going to add half a cup of water. I'm going to boil it for 5 minutes. Now it's been boiling for 5 minutes. I'm going to add the cherry paste that we made to this. Now if you have canned cherries, there is no requirement for this step at all. You can slightly crush the canned cherries, and along with the syrup you can add it directly. Since I don't have canned cherries, I'm doing it this way. Now boil it well till the cherries get cooked and the consistency is a little bit sticky. We need not look for 1 string, 2 string consistency, it's just sticky consistency, and the cherries has to be cooked. That's it. It will hardly take 5 minutes. You have to cook the sugar syrup first for 5 minutes before adding the cherries, otherwise the cherries will not get cooked. Now we can see that they are slightly thickening. The cherries are also getting cooked. Now our syrup has reached a thick consistency. Now this is what we are looking for. It took 5 minutes. Now I'm going to switch off. Set it aside to cool. Let's see how to make whipping cream. Now for this we need 3 items: whipping cream, powdered sugar or icing sugar, and vanilla essence. We need a hand mixer. Now I've kept this bowl and the hand mixer blades in the freezer, so they're quite chill. Even the whipping cream was in the fridge. So this is 250 ml of whipping cream. I'm adding to this bowl, mixing bowl. I'm adding around 200 ml of whipping cream. To this I'm adding half a tablespoon of powdered sugar. Now some whipping creams, they have added sugar to it. Now this whipping cream is slightly sweeter, so I'm adding only half a tablespoon. In case your whipping cream does not have sugar, please add some more according to your taste. Now add vanilla essence. I'm adding around 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Let's beat it. Mix the powdered sugar with the blade without switching it on, so that it doesn't fly when we start to beat it. Now start. Here I have 2 cakes. Now this I made with cocoa powder and this I made with cooking chocolate. You can see the difference in the color. Now to the top of one cake, I'm going to add the cherry syrup that we made. I've added the cherry topping to the top. Now to this I'm going to add fresh cream. Cover the top of the cake with fresh cream. Now we have finished applying the cherry syrup and the whipped cream on one. I'm going to put this on top of this. Now again cover the cake with the cherry syrup. After covering it with cherry syrup, we're going to cover this with whipping cream. I've melted 2 tablespoons of cooking chocolate, compound chocolate, with 1 tablespoon of butter. Now I'm going to apply this to the sides of the cake. Extra drizzle of chocolate. I've applied some chocolate ganache to the sides. I have some chocolate shavings. I'm going to attach it to the sides. I've taken the star nozzle in a Ziploc cover and I'm going to fill whipped cream in this. I've filled this with whipping cream. I'm going to cut this edge. Now I made a small opening. Let's pipe it. Press the Ziploc cover slightly so that the whipping cream comes. Now our icing is done. Let us keep cherries. Cherries add a nice addition to any Black Forest cake. Here we have our yummy Ragi Black Forest cake.